There we go. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to your team call tonight. I am really excited about this one because we are going to be gifted with some top leaders on our team talking about our most recent retreat and our biggest takeaways. I cannot tell you. I just, when I say the words, you never miss an in-person event. You just don't know it till you live it. And I hope that you guys feel that in the message from our teammates tonight. But before we dive in, I normally drop this in the team page, but I want to just take a second and just quickly share some recognition. So, you guys, we have our top 10 sellers on our whole team. If your name is on this board, congratulations. It means that you dialed into your business. Myself, Heather Green, Katie Baker, Amber Carrier, Marissa Pichetti, Julianne Woodring, Katie Tolliver, Lisbeth Koning, Angela Knapp, and Haley Harbin. You guys, I can promise you that every single person on this board did not have a perfect month. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know everything that's going on, but I do know that people really had to dig deep in the month of February. Not only was it a short month, people were getting sick, we had family crises, we had different circumstances across the board. I mean, it was like for some of us, it was start, stop, start. For some of us, it was pause and start towards the end of the month. For some of us, it was start strong and pause towards the end of the month. And whatever season you were in, and if your name is on this board, and even if your name is not on this board, and you are ready to run for March, I want to congratulate you because we made it through February and we are going to lock arms and kick butt. Um, let's look at sales tiers. So myself in the 30% category, we've got Heather Green hitting 25%. I just have to pause at the 20% mark and shout out this long list. You guys, I actually had to change my graphic and move it up to fit all the names. That's pretty incredible. And it's not because I moved a bunch of people over. It's because we had more people succeeding in the month of February, despite all of the hardship. So, congratulations to Katie Baker, Amber Carrier, Marissa Pichetti, Julianne, and Katie Tolliver for being in the 20% category, and Lisbeth coming in at 15%. Now, I want to just take a moment because I see Lisbeth's face and I know exactly what she's going to say or what she's thinking. Make sure that you check your customer counts. Make sure that if you are pushing for a sales tier goal, that you check in the back office how many customers that you need in order to hit that percentage. Because I think some of us were really close to the next one, maybe didn't have the customer count for it. So it's just something to work towards. And not only do we need to congratulate Arden for being a Star Club bonus earner, we need to check ourselves as a team. This board is being carried by our newest teammate and our newest teammate alone. As a leader on this team, that is a monstrous gut check for me. And I can tell you that my gut has been checked now for several months. And I'm just going to put it this way. And I'm going to leave this graphic up while I talk about it because I think Arden deserves that. Okay. When you have a garden and you plant all your seeds and you water it and your seeds grow into flowers, you have a beautiful garden, right? That is what it is like to, I'm not talking about growing your team. I'm just talking about customers. Okay. You plant the seed to somebody, you water your relationship with them, and a flower grows. Sometimes we forget that we have to keep planting more seeds. And so winter just hit and our garden got wiped out. And without planting new seeds to grow during the winter cold months, we have nothing until those same flowers decide to pop up again. And so I just use that little metaphor because I realize, and I can only talk about my own business here, that have over the last year created a few really good customers that I know will be lifers with the products. They love the products, they're locked in, they want to reorder them. They might not order every month, but when they do, they're getting a big haul. And then I have other customers who get a little thing here and there, I have a pretty solid customer base. And I failed to do two things. Number one, put people on loyalty. Number two, keep talking to new people. And so I had this like, oh my goodness, coming at off the end of January, saying, okay, my goal now for February, well, really for January and February, is to get people on loyalty because I spent the last year not prioritizing that. And that is a change that I need to make in order to pass that down to my team. So I have started going through my customer list and getting as many people on loyalty as I possibly can. And if you guys need help with that language, I'm happy to help. Just shoot me a message. That's not what tonight's call is about. But it is a priority that we as a team need to be better about. Okay. The goal is, and there was good conversation in the team chat happening today about how do we get our customers to shift their loyalty order to the front end of the month. And my top suggestion is gift it to them. Gift it to them. If you do this, I will send you a blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get all of my loyalty orders at the front of the month. Honesty, right? That is the best solution that I have. Um,
Cass,
if
can I
you,
add one thing to
yeah,
that? I personally found it extremely helpful to move people on loyalty when I contacted them and I said, hey, your loyalty order is coming up in 7 days or 10 days. Is there any way that you can move it up? I will mail you something or along those lines. But I also went in and reworked their loyalty order. So like sometimes they had two loyalty orders coming out a month because, they were able to do half of it in the beginning of the month and the other half in the other. And I found that super beneficial. Like even they didn't
yes.
even really care about like a gift. They wanted like to be able to split it. It was perfect. That's how mine have been working today anyway.
Right. And that is absolutely a customer-centered approach. And that is just amazing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. The customer comes first, the team comes second, the ego comes third. That was one of the things that I learned at this training. So it's just something that we need to be better with. And if you felt that, like what I was saying to your core, like, hey, I didn't prioritize adding new people, just know that if you decide this month to start prioritizing that, you might not feel those things for a few months. So just know that the regrowth takes time. It takes time. Okay. So you're not failing, right? Every single thing that we do in this business is data. And if we're not bringing in new, that's data. We need to bring in new. We take all the information we get from the outcomes that occur and we pivot a million times. So I am definitely in a season of rebuild. I'm definitely in a season of growth, both customers and team. So congratulations if your name was on that board. I am very, very proud of you. So tonight we are going to hear from both Katie and Marissa. The three of us took on Pittsburgh together, and it was, I think, much. I don't even like have the words. It was like a better trip than I ever could have ever imagined. I think we laughed until like our abs grew stronger. I don't even know. Like we just laughed and we laughed and we laughed. And we explored the city together and we found ourselves in a room with energy that was like indescribable. And I just cannot wait to take on Nashville with this team. Like we had so much fun and we learned so much. I think we cried every single day. So, okay, Marissa, I'm going to start with you. If you could give your top takeaways and share what you learned and what do you want the team to know? I would love to hear it from you.
Okay, so hold on one second. I'm pulling up my customer list because I just want to circle back to the Star Clubs. I got oh no, three new customers last month in February. And right, which is great. However, I'm gut checking myself. And I said this to you on the last night. I got three new customers and I didn't make it anywhere near a Star Club. So I'm going to be working on beefing up those orders a little bit. Like I'm in a season where I'm really trying to build my customer base. So when I get somebody new, I just get so excited. I want them to check out that I don't think to be like, let's add just maybe like one more thing that could help. So that's going to be one thing I'm going to work on this month.
I love that. And I
Yeah.
think that there's such like a good balancing act. Like Lisbeth and I were on the phone for like 40 minutes last night talking about that
Yeah.
growing our customer base. And it's like there is a season of getting your foot in the door with people. And then there's a season of I believe in our products and I'm going to stand behind them and I'm going to upsell you or I'm going to load this cart up. I know I have things that can help you. And how do
Mhm.
we meet those two things in the middle? So yes, spot on.
Okay. So Pittsburgh, I'm going to be completely transparent here. Um, that took me way out of my comfort zone. Like so much so that I was like, I don't think I can do this. I'm used to traveling with my kids or with Aaron. I kind of felt like I had every good excuse not to go. It took rearranging everybody else's schedules. It took having Noni and Mima on board, and it took like shift changes for me to do this. And once I got there, I knew that I had made the best decision, not only for my business, but for like me. I obviously we're all moms. We're last on the list, right? We don't take care of ourselves. I don't remember the last time that I have had 3 days of uninterrupted time with friends. And then to be in a room with like 100 like-minded women was absolutely life-changing. I mean, absolutely life-changing. I said the first day we were taking a bathroom break and Mel was in the bathroom and I walked out and I told Katie, I was like, I think I'm going to cry. And she was like, oh my God, why? And I said, because I've never felt this ever before in my entire life. Like, I don't have this support at home. Like, my best friends, I have to basically like beg to support this. So being in a room with women who like actually believe in these products and in like health and wellness like I do was something that I will like forever be grateful for. Like this was one of the best weekends that I've had probably in my entire life. Really, like it was amazing and I learned so much and I also one of my biggest takeaways is the power of one. Like I came on to in this business thinking like I just want to make some extra cash. I like the products. I didn't think of building a team. Um, and you just need to find like your one, right? Like it's just one person who loves it just as much as you and is who is ready to grind. And then they find their one. And then that person finds their one, and so on and so forth. Katie and I now are in a season where we want to start building more, and we're ready for that. But I also learned that like I have a lot of areas where I need to grow as a leader. Like I'm nowhere near the leader that I want to be. I know I fell short. And I'm just excited to really do better and like learn with my team. Like there's no shame in being like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet. I'm kind of stumbling through it, but like, let's do it together and like, let's make some money and help other women feel their best. And I'm just really excited for um, the rest of the year. With that being said, I also had a huge gut check, another one. I had a lot of them. I had a lot of them. I don't know about anybody else, but like I scratch and claw a lot to make my numbers by the month end. Um, and a lot of that is my own fault. Like once a new month hits, I'm like, oh, okay, I can breathe. And sometimes I'm like, I'm going to give myself a day. And then a day turns into two. And then two turns into three. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, we're a week in and I haven't done a goddamn thing. I'm like self-sabotaging almost. Like I had a conversation with Cass about the 90 day like dash to coordinator. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And she was like, why? She goes, I know you can. And I was like, I don't believe that I can. Like I don't believe in myself. So I'm I'm not doing that anymore. Like I am going to do it. And if I fail, it's data. And it's not failing. It's just learning and trying again after those 90 days. Um, so I'm like hitting the ground running this month because I want to one make a paycheck every week and two I just I just want to like make myself really proud. I don't want to be so exhausted at the end of every month that like my fire is kind of being put out. I want that fire to like take me consistently through each month. So I have been consistently working and I am going to tell anybody like use your tracker. Like I did not use my tracker at like the last week in February and it showed and like we at night we all worked. We worked together, but like we got like a solid 4 hour work session in at night because we all were like, oh shit. Like we were all kind of freaking out. So I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to have fun. And I guess maybe not that it's not fun, but when you're scratching and clawing, it's not fun. It's like, why did I do this to myself? And then I get into my head and then I get discouraged. And then I'm like, oh, you're right, Marissa, you can't do this. Well, no, I can do it. I just need to be consistent and I need to be more intentional with the time that I have. So that's what I'm going to do. Did I miss anything? Let me check my notes. Hold on a second. Oh, wrong one. I think that was everything. Oh,
I
I'm ready to get uncomfortable. Like I'm getting uncomfortable. And I just want to end my rant telling you that as somebody who was really nervous to go to this retreat, I'm never missing a retreat. Like I was not going to go to Nashville, and like I don't care if I have to walk. Like I'm going to Nashville. Like I told Aaron when
We're
I got home,
flying
I was
together,
like,
babe.
yeah. And I told Aaron when I got home, I was like, there's another one. And he was like, when is it? And I said, it's in the beginning of August. And he was like, okay, where is it? And I said, it's in Nashville. And he goes, oh, I'm coming. I said, no, you're not, but I'm going. He wants to look at houses. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, I'm going to be busy. Like, I can't entertain you. I'm going to be busy with my
it
friend.
is busy.
Yeah. So yeah, I really just can't say enough, like how much it opened my eyes and how important it is to be in a room with all of these women. And every single woman that I spoke to was nice, like truly. Um, yeah, it was just really special, really, really special. And I'm just like really grateful. So I'm excited for August.
I'm already crying again. I could not have put it better, and I'm excited to hear from Katie too. I when I hear you talk about those things, like I feel like I felt every single one of those. Like the same for me. Like I need to show up better. I need to stop waiting during the first week of the month. I need to game plan better. I need to believe in myself. Like, it doesn't stop when you elevate. It just changes flavor or shape shifts into a different version of like you level up and it's like, can I do this?
Yeah.
And then you level up again and you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. And you just have to keep like finding your fire and your confidence with every step in this business, whether it's like partnering with a new ambassador or deciding that you can maybe handle two ambassadors or like growing your team or leading a call. Like it's always like okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm just gonna do it scared.
Yeah, you got to do it scared. And
Yeah.
like I said, like even if you fail,
Yeah.
like so what? You tried
Right.
and you should be proud of that. Like
Right.
it took me a very long time to like find my tribe of women. So, and like to feel that like I actually fit in. And I like actually felt like I fit in this weekend. And I was like, I belong here. Like this is where I belong. And I know that might sound crazy to some people, but I mean, yeah, I guess I just didn't expect to get that much out of it.
And that's what I when I say you can't explain the energy from an in-person event until you're there and then you try to explain it and you're like, I can't explain it. I
Yeah.
can't explain I'm trying, but I know you can't feel it unless you're there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing your heart tonight.
Hmm.
Katie Baker.
Hey, I'm not gonna cry like Marissa. Like, oh my
I didn't
God.
cry.
I did.
You you got both of you two. Like, seriously, girls, get it together.
We'll
I love
see.
you both. Um,
Just so cold-hearted.
I
God.
know. How, all right. So I knew that I was going to this event because I went to Cass's retreat in September, and I already knew what it felt like to be with like-minded people. And I said, hells to the no, I'm not missing that. And if I had to drive from Vermont to Pennsylvania by myself, I would not have enjoyed it, but I would have. I just knew, and I just kept telling Marissa, like, please, 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 please come. Like, I know it's going to be scary, and it was overwhelming. But on the way down, I had a light bulb moment, and I shared it with Marissa. She was able to help a friend that we both know from the area. Um, and literally she was going through her like current customers. I'm like, do you check on so and so, so and so, and so and so? And she was chatting with her and reached out to this friend of ours. And she was able to get like an almost $200 sale. And we were doing cash back over the weekend. And we offered that as an incentive. But literally, the friend of ours was like, no, don't send me any money. Thank you for including me on this journey. Thank you for helping me and checking back on me. And I looked over at Marissa when that girl checked out and I said, see, we are making an impact. You might not think it. It's not about the income. And it's not about the income for me. I didn't come in here to do just the income. I came in here to be a student and to make an impact. And I think Marissa kind of stopped in her track and she was like, oh my God, we are doing this. We are impacting the people around us. And that's the first thing that happened to us that I knew this weekend was going to change our lives, literally change our lives. We were not prepared for it. Oh my God. We were not prepared for it. And we had the best time. Not only was it a chance for us to bond separate from the kids, separate from the husbands, it was a chance for us to really pour into each other as far as like what we wanted out of this business. And it is so true. When you find your one, not saying that I don't love everybody else on this team, but like Marissa and I have a great partnership and a great bond. I'm good at certain things and she's good at certain things, and we're able to collaborate. And it really, really was just eye opening from this weekend. Um, Another thing that I found super duper important about this weekend was I loved being a student. And I thought I had a great system where I was like keeping track of like customers, and I had like notebooks, and I had um everything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, no. Everybody pulled out like their version of the trackers, their customers, um, and everybody was different. Everybody was different on how they tracked it. And every single top leader in Rooted and Rising said, this is how I do it. And it was like light bulb for all of us. We were able to take different stuff that everybody else did and compile it into a better tracker. I mean, these leaders were simplifying stuff as far as like, call your customers, just call them and just say, like, what do you, I mean, that for me was like, wow, like it's such a simple thing to do, and we don't do it. Like I don't call my customers. I always text and like message or whatever, but it opens so many doors. And I think that was probably one of my favorite parts was learning how every single person there did their business, what I could implement into my own business, what I could give them for tips and tricks and everything. And it was just so wonderful. And everybody was a student. There was not one person in there that was just like rolling their eyes and like doing something else on their phone. Everybody was taking notes. Um, and I'm a huge like psycho stalker almost with Mel. I love Mel and I think she's incredibly intelligent. And when she got up on stage and she got teary-eyed because she was so happy to see every single person that was there. She knew everybody else name. She knew, I mean, and for Mal, it's a big team. And that right there was my moment of I am in the right place because I feel loved, supported, valued, poured into. And yeah, when Mal started tearing up, I like nearly lost my crap. And I was this is where I'm supposed to be. After 40 years of searching and searching and searching, when you get your alignment, that's what it is. And um, I'm definitely going to work on leadership from my end as well. A little scary to say it out loud. I didn't start working the business or inviting until February 13th. Completely. I had loyalty orders go out, which was great, but I didn't invite until the second week of I didn't even start doing anything, thinking about anything. I the January took the wind out of my sail and I got it back. And every single person at that retreat said they have those moments too, and that we're not alone. It was a struggle bus for everybody for February. So that was reassuring. It wasn't like you're doing a bad job and you're doing a bad job. No, it was like, oh my gosh, is anyone else feeling this strain this month? And that was really nice to know that you're not alone. Um, I have not laughed or smiled that much. This past weekend was everything. Even our 4 hour work session every night, we still laughed and we still had fun. But like, I learned so much from Tori. I learned so much from Cass and seeing her notebook and like, I just soaking it all in, thinking, oh my God, that's such a great idea. Um, and I think
Oh
that's
shit,
like,
I didn't see your notebook.
oh, because I'm a little bit of a stalker. Um, so no, it was just really nice to learn how everybody else does it. Because if you don't learn every single day, you're going to be stuck. And then you're going to be saying like, what the heck do I do? And yeah, I think that was my biggest takeaway was learning different ways to work the business and that everybody does it differently. Um, and I think that was the most powerful. And like just the content that we get to make and the laughing or whatever. Oh my God. That reel that has put up was we were laughing and all shocked because Tori is like 20 years younger than all of us, and we couldn't get over how funny it was. I remember. She's just a little baby.
Yes. Ugh, I wish every single one of you could have been there. It was a really special weekend. Um, and I appreciate you both just sharing your hearts about it. I had told the girls, I'm like, I have to get registered for convention. And silly me, I actually did register for convention months ago in the middle of the night while I must have been up breastfeeding, and just didn't remember ever doing it. So you girls all set. So I'll be in Nashville. I was always planning to go. I just kept putting off the ticket. So if you have put off the ticket, get your ticket. Get your ticket.
I'm going to this week. I am.
Amber, I didn't remember doing it. I didn't. I just had a
We did
baby.
it when we were at the last one.
I was like 39 weeks pregnant. I don't
I
even
know.
remember this
You were, but
morning.
I was like, we literally registered for it that night. You're good.
I didn't.
Yeah, we did it
No,
together.
I registered at 1 o'clock in the morning, like a month after I had my baby. But I don't know. Anyways, I'm registered and I'm good to go.
Good.
So we will all be there. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Um, I was probably like complaining that my legs hurt too bad to like register. Remember how, yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so
Oh, I remember.
I was originally tonight going to share a training that really hit home for me, but I think I want to pivot. We're in the season of pivot. Um, and I want to do a self-assessment with you guys. And the girls who were with me this weekend or this past weekend did this, but I want to have just a little bit more open discussion with you. So if you are available to come on camera, come on camera. Because I'm going to, and everybody needs like a piece of paper and a pencil, or you can like do it from your phone if that feels better for you. Um, oh, Nicole's getting on. Okay. 1 second. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go through three sections. Um, and we are going to talk about you as a business leader. And we're going to do a little bit of self-reflection, okay? So we're going to talk about attitude, we're going to talk about action, and we're going to talk about results. So for everything that I say, you are going to give yourself a score from 1 to 10. 1 would be this is not true at all, and 10 is this is very accurate about me, okay? I want to do this with you guys because when I was in Pitt, I realized that I also am not always the leader that I want to be. And for me, I'll just tell you, like, organization is something that I'm going to be working on moving forward in terms of like getting organized for calls and making sure that I have a plan that I know when the trainings are instead of like, oh shoot, I didn't have this on my radar and I missed it. Then I'm not scheduling time for the playback and then I'm missing like the whole thing, right? And so that's an area of growth for me. Recognition was another one that I did not need to take this trip to realize about myself. And so that is something that I have started implementing. But I want you to start thinking about yourself as a business leader. Okay. So here we go. Attitude. Positive attitude toward business and life. Score from 1 to 10. 1 being not true at all, 10 being very, very true, very accurate. Okay. Number 2, makes others feel valued. Makes others feel valued. Number 3, has a strong desire to advance. 1 to 10. Has a strong desire to advance. Next one. People naturally want to follow my lead. Number 5, lives congruent with my values. So you walk the walk, you talk the talk. Okay. Are you living your values? If you're talking hard work to your team, are you showing up with hard work? If you're talking consistently, are you showing up with consistency? Right? Like, are you living congruent with your values? And there could be so much more to that one, but just you get the gist. Okay. Next section, action. Shows up consistently to trainings and events. Shows up consistently to trainings and events. Takes initiative and follows through. Takes initiative and follows through. Is open to feedback and coaching. So this could look like one-on-one mentorships. Are you turning them down? Are you implementing what you're learning? Or are you saying, pass, right? Do you have to be told something over and over and over again? Sometimes I feel like that's true for me. And it's just like it doesn't hit till it hits, like till it lands the right way. And sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not intentional. But just ask yourself, like, open to feedback and coaching. Gut check yourself, truly. Number 4, has written goals and a plan. Has written goals, keyword written. Are you writing your goals down or are you just casually thinking them in your head at the beginning and end of month? Written goals and a plan. Last one, supports and serves others. Okay, supports and serves others. Last section, results. Sponsors consistently. This could be new customers and new teammates. Maintains personal sales momentum. Okay, so this is personal to your own sales, not your team. Personal sales momentum. Creates activity and duplication. So, are you teaching your team how to do what you're doing? Are you taking the systems offered to you and are you saying, I don't understand them and just sitting there? Or are you getting out of your comfort zone to learn them so that you can teach your team? Are you waiting for someone else to teach you how to do it? Okay. Creates activity and duplication. Follows through on commitments. And the last one is demonstrates leadership growth. I'm going to be honest with you. I did this assessment on the first day. After completing or finishing out an entire weekend in the right room with the right people, I'm looking at my scores and I would change almost all of them. I gave myself scores that were way too high. I was comparing my progress, my results, my actions, and my attitude to where I'm at instead of where I want to be, right? I was in the room with the right people for long enough that I can now look back and go, oh, girl, you weren't doing that. Girl, you weren't following through with that. You're not leading consistently. You're not scheduling time to learn the things that you don't know, right? Maybe a little bit, but uncomfortably? Probably not. Um, I have so much that I'm excited about. I have so much that I'm excited about because I can see where I need to grow, right? Like Marissa said, it's data. I'm not going to take these numbers and I'm going to tell you what to do with them in just a second. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to take these numbers and go, okay, this year's going to be fun. It's going to be bumpy, but it's going to be fun. Okay. I want you guys, is everybody still here? Come back on camera if you're still here. I want you guys to add your totals. Okay. I want you to add your totals. You're going to probably need a calculator unless you're a math whiz, and divide your total by 15. Divide your total by 15. Okay. If your score, everyone got a score? Can everyone drop their score in the chat? Marissa, was yours different from the retreat? I know mine was. Okay. Fours and fives I'm seeing in the chat. I didn't do my numbers while I was walking you guys through it, but I can tell you that I had an 8.2 at the retreat, and I'm nowhere near that. Just I don't even need to add my numbers. The math ain't mathin' or the math be mathin', whatever, however you want to look at it, but my number was different, okay? And it is much lower, all right? So here's what you need to know. 8 to 10, you are developing now. You are a high potential leader. Okay, I'm not saying I don't think that I'm a high potential leader, but I'm not tapping into that all the way all the time. I have a lot of room for growth. Um, you're investing your time, you're investing coaching, and you're investing in every opportunity that comes your way. I feel like I'm almost there and I continue to let things derail me and I feel like I know where I can grow and I'm so excited to do that. Like I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm excited. I'm excited to get better. 6.5 to 7.9. Watch and support. You're watching and you're supporting other people, but are you running? You're showing promise and you're increasing your exposure and your consistency. So this is where you're moving from like a walk to a jog, but you're not sprinting and it's not consistent. Okay. And the other thing that I remember about this area is that you might think that you're coachable, but does it stay consistent? Do you take what you learn and continue to apply it, or do you only do it for a week and then stop? Right? Below 6.5, you are very focused on your own goals and your own fundamentals. Okay, this is a business leadership score. You are focused on your own personal growth before you prioritize leading your team. That one hurt a little. It's, oh, on me. Hold on. Marissa's asking to be unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't even take offense to that because I know that it's true. And I'm pretty sure that I had that. I'm pretty sure I said that. I'm pretty sure I said that we're in such a building phase right now and that this business is still I don't want to say hard, but I'm going to sound like a broken record, but to close my rings every month takes a lot of work. Um, that I just tend to focus on that and not what everybody else is could be struggling with. And I know that if you asked anybody on my team, probably not Katie because she'd lie for me. I know that. If you ask anybody else on my team below me, they would say, no, she doesn't, she reaches out maybe once a week. We talk, we check in over social media, but like, I don't really ask like, what can I help you with? What are you struggling with? Like, I don't do that.
And I
And
so
now we're,
appreciate you putting yourself out there like that and saying that
yeah. I mean,
because
I'm not ashamed of it though, because I'm still learning and I've already started to, I'm not like I'm going to give myself a higher score, but I've already started to pivot.
shift.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
like on the way home, we had 10 hours and I was like, we messaged the girls and we were like, what are we going to do as a group this month?
Hmm.
And we were like,
Yeah.
I'm good at this and Julianne's good at this and Jenna's good at this and Arden's still learning. And she, was just like, I'm still learning. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, if you want to just be the cheerleader in this group and see how it works, like, I'm okay with that. But yeah, it was a gut check. And I'm not ashamed to admit it because I've never done this before.
And I love that you said that about Arden, that she's still learning, because I think that's a perfect example of learning doesn't mean taking a back seat. Arden
Mm-hmm.
is our only bonus earner.
Mm-hmm.
She's learning and she got 3 new customers and $500 in sales and showed us all what was possible.
Mm-hmm.
And she showed us the heck up this month,
And
right?
it's funny that you said that because you want to know what she said when we shouted her out.
What?
She said, ha ha ha, it's because all of my new people are new. Like she's already doubting herself. Like she doesn't understand how big of a deal it is that like she got a star club.
Yeah. Well, and the strength of the pack is the strength of the leader, right? So if your team has a low belief in themselves, look in the mirror. Do you have a low belief in yourself? And I'm not talking just to you, I'm just saying in general to everybody. We learned about Amir in Pittsburgh, and we
Mhm.
learned that it doesn't judge you, it doesn't yell at you, it doesn't talk bad about you. It literally just reflects what
Mhm.
is. What is right there in front of you, it just reflects. And I think that's what this year is for our team as a whole. 2026 is just a big ass mirror, and we're just going to literally look in it and continue to see what we see. And we might take a look and be like, ugh, I don't love what I see today. So I'm going to go take my ass to the shower. I'm going to do something with my hair. I'm going to go throw on an outfit. I'm going to put some mascara on, and I'm going to come out a new person at the end of this day because that didn't feel good. And now I like what I'm seeing. This is better, right? And we're going to continue to do that. So, I hope that, and yes, you guys, I'm seeing your comments. Yes, divide by 15. Yep. So I will drop this replay in our chat and our team page, but if you are in a season where you're just not sure about yourself, I want to tell you that it takes one weekend, one decision,
Mhm.
one right room with the right people to change everything. And you guys, this business will change your life. It truly will change your life. And I'm going to continue to use Marissa as an example because she came into this company saying, I miss my family. We were family over at Body, and she was the last to kind of come over. And I want to, have an extra paycheck and help people, but she had no intent on building a team. And then Katie was interested in the business, and she said, well, that's Katie. It's Katie, and that's the power of one. But I'm still not trying to build a team. And then Katie found Julianne. Oh gosh, were we excited about Julianne coming from Modere, having so much
Mhm.
value to give us.
Mhm.
And the team grew, and Marissa said, but that's Katie's team. I'm still not growing a team, right? And then Julianne found Jenna, and then Jenna found Arden, and it just was like, you have a team. The power of one. You have a team. Lead them. They need what you know. They need you all the way up, right? And I love that our team is like so hands-on. If you get Katie Baker, you get Marissa. If you get Marissa, you get me, right? If you get Nicole, you get Amber. Like our team is growing and we are all here to do it together. So thank you guys for sharing tonight. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have anything that they want to say? Any gut checks? Anything that they want to talk about before we end the call? Is everybody planning to come to Nashville? At least everybody that I can see. Okay. Does everyone have their convention ticket? Not their hotel ticket, but convention ticket? Everyone have it? Lisbeth, you have yours? Okay.
I'm doing it this week. I'm doing it this week. I was gonna
Okay.
I was gonna check the schedule today, and it was just not a great day coming back. So
Well,
I'm
we
doing
know you're
it tomorrow.
coming. We know
Yep,
you're coming.
I'm coming.
Okay. So what I'm gonna challenge you guys to do, and this is like another thing that will push you out of your comfort zone, right? Is I'm gonna challenge you to book your own hotel room because you have so much time between now and then. Your team will grow by the power of one, and that person will come with you and be your roommate. That doesn't mean we can't shuffle people around at the last minute if we have to, but we know our team is going to grow and we have to have the space for them. We have to have the space for them. Okay? That's always the biggest struggle is like we grow and then it's like, oh shoot, we have a big old team and only one bed and everybody can't fit in it. So that and I don't think that you have to pay until you get there. So just book the room. Just book the room. We'll figure it out later. Okay. Oh, you have to pay a deposit. Okay, we're gonna circle back to that. Maybe let's ask some questions. Do you know what the deposit is, Lisbeth? Oh, she probably can't unmute. I was worried about the cancel policy. I'm sorry, you can't unmute.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess I'll
Sorry.
type. I think it was $100.
Oh,
Yeah, I was looking it up today.
okay.
Because it was like Holiday Inn is the one that you can book at. Is that where people are at?
So I haven't booked my hotel, and then there's also the option of renting a big ass Airbnb.
See, I prefer that like so much, 100%
I
hardcore.
do too. So,
And I'll actually have a car because my consulting gigs worked around me, so I have to drive from that gig to Nashville and then back to them. So I'll have a rental car.
I'm gonna see what I can see. I'm gonna see what I can see because we've done that before and we've gone grocery shopping and then we cook together and we split like the thing and it ends up being like the cost of one night in a hotel. Like if we have a big enough crew, well, I guess we're gonna have a house party. All right. Airbnb it is. We'll see what we can find. I've never been to Nashville, but you know what? Ye fucking haw. Let's go to Nashville. All right, let's take a picture, you guys. Oh, I'm excited. I should probably tell Derek too. Okay. Smile. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for speaking tonight. I'll see you later.